G'day everyone, my name's Sam if we haven't met, and today we are practicing a core body focused twisting flow. So I hope you brought your midsection and your spine with you today. Other than that, we won't need any props. When you're ready, we'll get right into it, starting in downward facing dog. So once you get back, doing whatever it is you need to when you first get there, whether that's a simple pedal out through the feet, or perhaps you're comfortable just being still, working to bring a gentle awareness to your breath. Today I'd like to encourage you to focus a little more on your exhales and really lengthening the exhales out. This allows the lower belly to draw in and up, gives us a little more support from the core body to protect the spine when we start to twist. And take one last breath here. And we'll reach the right leg up and back behind us as we inhale. Roll the hip open, start to bend at the knee, and really push through the hands to send your left heel a little closer towards the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, rise higher on the left toes. We're going to draw the right knee over towards the left elbow. So come across the body. See if you can tap the elbow and just hold it there. Keep sending the chest forwards. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Right leg back up towards the sky. Roll the hip open. Bend the knee again. Take an inhale. Exhale. Right knee finds the left elbow. Again, roll forwards. See if you can tap and hold. We're here for 3, 4, 2, and 1. One last time. So inhale, right leg rises. Open the hip, bend the knee. Exhale, right knee finds the left elbow. Once it gets there, this time we're going to extend the right leg out to the left-hand side of the room. Keep both hands grounded, the back heel lifted, and keep sending the chest forwards. Crown of the head moves towards the front of the room. Flex the right foot, flex the right quadriceps there if you can. And then start to push through the right hand a little more. Reach your left arm out in front of you. Doing our very best to keep the chest still square to the floor, the hips somewhat squaring towards the floor. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Left hand ground. We're going to see if we can press down to levitate that right leg, and then draw the right knee to chest and step the right foot between the hands. Have your back heel lifting high. Come onto the fingertips for a moment as you sit deep into the right thigh. So left knee rises as you send the chest forwards. And then we'll push through the left hand. Let the right arm reach up towards the sky. I say sky, could be a ceiling for you. Whatever is above you, that is where we're reaching. And maybe we spin the top thumb and just let that right arm drop behind the back here. Really driving that right thigh closer to the floor, working to lift the left knee further away from the floor so those legs are energetically splitting away from one another. Take an inhale. Embrace your exhale. And then right hand circles down towards the floor. We're going to step our left foot up to meet the right when we get there, taking a halfway lift on the in-breath. Letting the exhale fold us forwards, just catching hold of your elbows for a moment. Start to bend into the knees one at a time as you gently move from one side to the next. As you release the hands down towards the floor, we're going to take our left fingertips just underneath our chest, underneath our head, so in the center between our 2 feet. Lift the chest up halfway, and then start to reach your right arm out towards the right-hand side of the room. So I want you to imagine that there was a block underneath you, so you had a little more lift through the chest, and as you were reaching that right arm out to the right-hand side of the room, you're really trying to draw the shoulder blades apart here. I encourage you to flex your quadriceps here in a moment. You might need to bend the left knee, but that's okay. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to start to rotate to find a little bit of that twisting action. You want it to happen slowly, so the twist happens from across the shoulder blades. And remember, if you want to, you can bend the left knee here because this is the start of practice. We want to be a little more mindful of our bodies. We just want to get comfortable with the twisting action. We don't need to break ourselves in halves. Not just yet, anyway. Take an inhale. Be there for the breath out. And gently let your right hand come down towards the floor. Bend into both knees and start to roll your way up towards standing. Once you come up through standing, circle your arms wide, let them rise over your head. Breathe in. Exhale, pull the hands through center. Once the thumbs graze past the chest, we're going to lean our weight into our left foot with your drishti, your focused gaze straight ahead. Bring your right knee in towards your chest, flexing your right toes up towards the ceiling. Really driving down through that left foot. As you find your stability, let the left hand catch hold of the right thigh. And just rest your right hand across your chest for a moment. Really feel your leg pressing into your left hand there. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, we start to initiate some of that twisting action. Might feel more appropriate for you to take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. That way you can really press the leg against the hand to continue to rotate the body. Maybe extending and reaching right arm back behind you here. Take an inhale. Be there for the breath out. And gently making your way back through center, landing your right foot next to your left and sitting down towards your Utkatasana chair pose. So allowing the weight to move back towards the heels whilst feeling your chest rise. I'm going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Continue to sit your hips all the way down until we very mindfully set our hips down onto the floor, moving towards Navasana, boat pose. So draw the legs together. Imagine that you had one leg in this moment, or like there was a yoga block between your two thighs and you're trying to hold it steady there. Lift through the chest. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, lower the spine down first. Keep the head and chest lifting. And then draw the right knee towards the chest as you extend the left leg out long in front of you. When you get here in this position, we try to lift the chest a little higher and bring the right knee a little closer towards us, extending the right leg up towards the ceiling. Pausing in the delight that this static hold is, or we step it up, taking the palms together outside the right thigh, and on our exhale, we crunch up to let our left elbow graze past the outside of the right knee. Take an in-breath. Exhale, we crunch up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 12, 5, 6. Maybe I shouldn't have told you. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're going to come up and hold. So keep the elbow and the knee together. Keep splitting the legs away from each other. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both knees to chest. Catch hold of the ankles. Set the feet down and roll your shoulder blades back towards each other as you work to lift the hips up and off the mat. If there's space to bind the hands behind the back, let that be the priority here, really broadening and opening through the chest and the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, we gently roll the hips back down. Then mindfully, with as little momentum as possible, reach your arms forwards and lift up through a seat. Nice. When we get there, extend your left leg out long in front of you. Set your right foot outside the left thigh. Sitting up as tall as you can, resting right fingertips behind you, letting the left arm rise as you inhale. And the exhale, hook the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Once again, pressing the leg into the arm to allow you to rotate over that right shoulder. Maybe turning your gaze to the back of the room. Take an in-breath. As we unravel back through center, little counter twist to the other side, just taking both hands off the left edge of your mat, perhaps bending your elbows to let your chest drop there. And then we'll cross our ankles. We'll make our way through to plank pose, pressing the heels towards the back of the room, allowing the chest to draw forwards. And if you're with me, we're going to take anywhere between 10 and 10 push-ups. So use the knees if you need to. We're going to lower and lift. That's 1, 2, 3. Notice I didn't really give you an option there. 4, for 5, 6, 5 to suffer. You do 2. We'll call that 7 for 8, 9, 10. Maybe that was 11. And we'll lower all the way onto the belly. Press down through the hands. Roll the shoulder blades up and back. Feel the feet drive down to lift the chest. Bhujangasana, inhale. Exhale, drop the forehead down. Then press up through hands and knees. Send your hips back towards your heels just for a moment. Balasana, child's pose. And then we'll meet downward facing dog. When we get there, left leg rises up and back behind us. Open the hip, bend at the knee. Let the right heel get closer towards the floor as you press evenly through your 2 palms. Take an in-breath. At the exhale, draw the left knee through the chest. Left knee tries to slide across the body. Tap the right elbow. Chest keeps moving forwards. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Left leg rises. Hip opens. Knee bends. Take an in-breath. Exhale. Draw forwards and across the body to right elbow. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, we rise. Last time. Exhale, we come across the body. Once knee taps the elbow, we extend the left leg out towards the right-hand side of the room. Everything else stays the same, so 2 palms grounded. Chest moves forwards. Right heel presses back in space. Left foot flexing towards you. Left thigh flexing if you want to. Right arm reaches forwards. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Right hand comes down. Push to levitate. The left leg. Squeeze the knee to chest and land that left foot just inside your 2 palms. Come onto the fingertips and sit deep into your runner's lunge. Left thigh descends. Right thigh ascends. So feel the legs split away. Feel the legs split away from one another. Then push through your right hand. Reach your left arm up. I was channeling my inner New Zealander there. The legs split away from one another. Let me know if there's anyone from New Zealand following along. Spin the left thumb. Drop the arm behind the back. And if my accent sounded similar, remembering to use the exhale, feel that rotation. Last breath. Left hand comes down. Step the right foot up to meet the left. We'll lift our chest up halfway. Right fingertips press down underneath the chest, underneath the head, the center of the mat. Left arm reaches out towards the left-hand side of the room. The thighs are engaged. The chest is drawing forwards. The shoulder blades are splitting apart. Take an inhale. With the exhale, begin to initiate the twist. Bend the right knee to really feel a little more assistance and allow a little more rotation. Spread the toes. Remember to use your breath. And left hand comes down. Roll our way up through standing. Take your time. Really let your spine flex and round as you rise up. Give it a little bit of relief. Then once we come through standing, we find our drishti. We drive down through the right foot. The left knee draws to chest. Toes flex up towards the ceiling. Right hand catches the left knee, or it comes to the outside of the left thigh. You press your leg into your arm as the left hand comes across the chest. You allow yourself to begin the act of rotating to the left-hand side of the room. Remember, it's the leg pushing into the arm rather than the arm pressing into the leg. It's going to allow you to find this rotation. Take an inhale. Bring it back through center. Once we get there, left leg sets down next to the right, arms rise high. Find your Utkatasana, feel the chest lift. Lean the weight back into the heels. And once again, we slowly lower ourselves down towards the floor, finding our Navasana. Imaginary yoga block between the thighs to begin with, to feel that action of the thighs hugging in towards each other. And as we lower the spine down onto the mat, the left leg draws in towards us, the right leg extends away from us. Keep both of your feet flexing. Use your exhales to lift through the head and chest. And then to add on, we extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Again, we're marinating in the joy that is this static core body hold. Keeping the right glutes firm is going to allow a little bit of lift through that right side. You might feel a little more even. Palms press outside the left thigh. Exhale, lifts. Right elbow to left knee. Take a breath in. Exhale. 12, 11, 10. Keep those legs nice and stable. 9, for 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We come up and we hold. Legs stay splitting. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend at the knees. Catch the ankles. Set the feet down. And we bridge pose. Number 2. Interlace hands behind the back again. Press through your 2 feet. Feel the pelvis rise high. Feel the chest and the front of the shoulders broaden and open. Take one last breath here. And as we lower down onto the back, again using as little momentum as possible, rising up to a seat. This time right leg extends long, left foot lands outside the right thigh. From here, take your left fingertips behind you, reach your right arm up, breathe in. And as you exhale, cross the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh as you twist back over the left shoulder. Still working to flex those right toes towards you and use that pressing action of the leg against the arm to allow yourself to rotate. Maybe shifting your gaze over the left shoulder to finish the twist. One last breath. And from here, take a counter twist to the other side, fingertips off the right edge of your mat, bend your elbows, drop your chest. And as we rise back up through center, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall away from one another. If you're a little tighter through the hips, take your feet further away from you. If you have some more space, heels can be nice and close towards the pelvis. We're going to aim to get the forearms underneath the shins with the back of the hands resting on the mat so the fingers can naturally curl in and you can round through the spine and drop the head. Just giving yourself an opportunity here to allow the hands, the forearms to have a moment of rest. To breathe as though you're sending the breath into the back of your heart space. And to let your head hang heavy. From this space, as you start to lift your chest, extend your legs out long in front of you. Feet flex towards the face. Arms reach high. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward from the pelvis. Think about the rib cage lengthening down the front of the thighs. If the feet are there for you to catch, catch the outside edges of the feet. Let the shoulder blades roll down the back. Let the elbows bend and the head drop. See if you can still keep some activity in the thighs, flexing the quadriceps, flexing the feet towards you, feeling as though the crown of the head moves towards the toes. And as you slowly lift yourself up towards a seat, scoot your bottom forward so you've got lots of mat behind you, and allow yourself to roll down onto your back, preparing for your final pose, Shavasana. We'll rest the heel of the hands on the bottom ribs today. Let the fingertips just graze just on top of the belly. As best you can, try to keep the ribs steady using the diaphragm to let the belly rise and fall as you breathe. We spend our practice in the heat, in the fire element, working to strengthen the arms, strengthen the core. Now we move towards this cooling phase. It's your opportunity to get the rest of the body still. Just allow your breath to travel naturally. And as always, I want to thank you for your practice. And I invite you to stay right here in stillness as long as you can, as long as you have today. Be proud of your own efforts. Be grateful you had this opportunity to practice. And as always, from me to you with thanks. Peace.